Hey everybody, what is going on? CerealOverdrive here, and today we're playing Entropia Universe. And before we go any farther, if you're average Rust viewer, this probably isn't the game for you, but please don't hit unsubscribe because Rust videos are going to be coming back. Anyways, let's get back to the Entropia Universe stuff. So basically what's going on here is I am at Jura Plateau, and I'm going to be doing a 50 PED Aatrox hunt. For those of you who don't know, 50 PED is the equivalent of $5 US. So this whole thing's going to cost me $5 US. We'll see what I get back in loot and see if I make a profit or lose some money. Most likely, I'm going to be losing some money because that's how games work. You've got to pay to play. Anyways, or at least that's how Entropia Universe works. Anyways, let's put on some ghost armor and let's get going. So for those of you guys who don't know, basically Entropia Universe is a game that I used to play. Why am I not shooting here? Oh, there we go. I was putting my armor on. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Entropia Universe is a game that I used to play a ton. So it was one of the main games that I'd play on my channel, and I really do love the game. The reason I haven't been playing it as much is because Rust was basically doing really amazing on the views. Rust is still doing really good. If you're a Rust viewer, don't think that anything's going to change. It's just I wanted to get back to Entropia Universe because I like this style. It's a little bit more chill, and it's fun to sit here and discuss this with people. And the last video I did actually got like over 3,000 views, which blew my mind. That was not what I expected. I was not thinking that we'd be getting that many views. I was thinking it would be like a 1,000 view video, and I was happy with that, but it did even better than that. So yeah, we're back at it. We're playing some Entropia Universe. We're going to go hunting, and we're just going to be doing the same old, just like we were doing before. But yeah, I really appreciate all the support, all the old school Entropians, all those old school viewers are watching. I really love that, and yeah, I'm happy to see it. I saw too there's been some drama in the Entropia Universe community. I've seen Scotty C93. I don't know if it's C93 or C93. I should ask him. But yeah, I saw he did a video on it. You know, he was talking about it. I saw that Stevie B did a video on it. I think few other people did videos on it. I'm not sure about Laura Spade, not sure about Julian McBain, but everybody's talking about it. So what happened is Summer Mayhem got canceled, and in its place, there is a new event. It's going to be taking place on Crystal Palace, and if you don't know, Crystal Palace is a little bit more specialized and a little bit harder to do than Summer Mayhem was previously. Basically, it's not Summer Mayhem because the mobs are harder, but I think it's still dropping Mayhem tokens and all of that. I've watched a few videos on it, but that's about it. So for those of you guys who don't know, the basic deal with Crystal Palace is when you go up there, you need special armor to take on the mobs. I actually don't have that armor on me, but I do have that armor. It's called Gremlin armor. You put that on. I think you put some plates on it. I forget what they're called, 5A, 5B, something like that, acid plates, and you'll sort of be good to go as long as you've got a gun that does enough damage. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal that Mindark decided to put the event on Crystal Palace, but what it also means is that it's going to be a lot harder for new players to actually take part in this event. So why is that? Because it's a lot harder for new players to kill those mobs. I'm not going to waste your time. That's just why. People are mad because Summer Mayhem used to be accessible to everyone, and now they feel like there's some sort of barrier to entry, which nobody likes a barrier to entry. When I go to walk into a nightclub butt-ass naked and they tell me I can't come in, it feels bad. Everybody taking videos feels worse, but I still feel bad about it. Anyways, no, but like what I'm saying is it's a barrier to entry. On one hand, I understand what everyone's saying, and I don't think that this should be any sort of replacement for Summer Mayhem. I think that's... I think that was a huge mistake on Mindark's part, like 100% honesty there. But the thing I do like, and I might get grilled for this, I haven't been in the community long enough to know, but the thing I do like is that they're trying something different. So one of the qualms I always had with Mindark and Entropia Universe was they were just rehashing the same old thing time and time again. Summer Mayhem, Winter Mayhem, whatever it was, you go into an instance, you do your thing for 15 hours, have no interaction with anyone, you come out of it, maybe you win a prize, maybe you don't. You get some tokens, it's all about the grind. That's it. There's no interactions with players, there's no positive or negative interactions or anything like that. And one of the things I think a lot of people, designers and everybody forgot, was that an MMO is a massive multiplayer online game. MMORPG, like RPG, but massive. Basically, the whole idea behind it was you're interacting with all these other people. And if you see, look at my radar right now, there's no dots there. I'm not interacting with anyone. I'm interacting with all of you, but I'm interacting with no one else. I like the fact that Crystal Palace, this event does a few things. One, Crystal Palace is small, bunch of green dots in the same place. All those green dots are going to be there for a long, extended period of time. They're going to be interacting with everybody, and I think it's actually a good way to bring community back into this game, right? Like, get people communicating, get them talking to each other. That was a pretty good loot right there, 7 PDs. Get them talking to each other, get people just interacting with each other and actually doing something other than just playing the game and spending PED. There's a lot of things about this event that are bad. People are going to have to spend more PEDs. Ooh, that's a bit of a higher level mob than I wanted, especially when I don't have feet. Get some white shoes on. I'm hoping that they're going to blend in and the mobs will think that's... Well, let's not do that, Cereal. I'm hoping that the mobs are going to think that's my armor, but I don't think it's going to work out. Anyways, after this, I'll pull out a healing device. But yeah, basically, what I do like about this event, I like the fact that it's on Crystal Palace. It's a smaller area. Players are going to be more forced to just interact and group together. There is going to be mob stealing and everything like that. I think it should be a shared loot event. That also means that more people could access it. But, it is what it is. I don't know why they didn't do that. I like that they're forcing people into domes because that's a more closed-off area. You're going to have more interaction with people. Crystal Palace is more of a closed-off area. It's also going to give traders and other players the opportunity to sort of carve their niche there. So one of the things you can do is you can just run materials up and down for people, take a small fee. People are going to love you for that, right? Like if you find a few people who are planning to go hard on this event and you tell them like, hey, here's what I can do. When you need guns, when you need guns or whatever like that, you come to me. When you've got alien oil to sell or blood or whatever it is, when you've got alien stuff to sell, alien stuff's what you loot, let's say. When you've got that to sell, you come to me. I'm going to give you market minus 1%, and then I'm going to sell it for market markup or something like that. To take 1-2% off of what you can get on it. That's what normal traders do, and a lot of people are going to be willing to do that because it's a pain in the butt to go from Crystal Palace down to Calypso and back. If I was up there, if I was hunting and I found someone doing that, I'd take them up on the offer. So it sort of carves a lot more niches into the ecosystem for players to utilize and take advantage of. I like the fact that it's doing that, and I like the fact that it gets people out of these solo instances where they're basically just locked away doing nothing. I think one of the things that most MMOs fail to do nowadays is keep a good community around, a solid community that players can communicate with, especially new players. I was in a society when I first joined Entropia Universe. Now I've got everybody that I'm talking to. Like, you're my society, you're the clan, you're the people that I like ride or die with, I guess, when it comes to playing Entropia Universe. This is why I do it. I don't log in. Well, I do log in because I like to play. And honestly, even though I haven't been doing a ton of videos, I've still been playing the game here and there. It's a relaxing game. I love playing it. It's something different than Rust. When I'm playing Rust, my adrenaline's flowing. I get shot by someone. I'm being called a lot of naughty words that no one should ever say. And it's not the most positive experience at all times. Whereas Entropia Universe, it generally is. You go into it, you're going to lose, 50 PEDs on a hunt. Like, this hunt's going to lose me some money. I know that. If I make money, hey, great. That's awesome. I can use it for my next hunt. But, generally, I sort of know what I know what I'm getting into. It's a chill event. You can put some music on in the background if you won't get copyright strikes for it. I probably will. But you can do all sorts of stuff like that, right? Like, just sit down and chill. Entropia Universe is one of those things I used to watch when I was watching I used to play when I was watching Stargate. Like, way back in the day when new episodes of Stargate was coming out. That was, like, my favorite thing to do. You put it on one screen, you're passively playing Entropia on the other. It's just a chill experience. And I love that about this game. But it does need that community aspect. Being in society chat and just pinging back and forth with people, going into just talking about random stuff with people from all over the world, getting different opinions on it. That's something that you can do a lot easier nowadays. Back when I started Entropia Universe, nobody went on YouTube and did videos like this. Nobody even thought of that, right? It seems ridiculous, but nobody did. If I went back in time, I could probably become a world famous YouTuber just because I can do everything that everybody else has done up until this point first. But no, like, that just wasn't a thing. Your community was in your MMO. So MMOs now have a bigger barrier to entry to get that community together, but I think this whole Crystal Palace event could do that. One thing I'm not going to do, though, is I'm not going to try and pull the wool over anybody's eyes. There's some stuff that's wrong with this event. First off, I can understand why people are upset that this was late notice. There's people who prepare, they save up, they buy certain gear to do these events, and for them it does suck. Maybe this is something you've been working towards, and now you realize that your goals are just going to take a little bit longer to achieve. This is not the last. I'm going to convert this ammo, whatever. We're going to keep going. This is not the last Merry Mayhem ever. This isn't the last time you're going to be able to do it. But at the same time, if you were saving up to do Summer Mayhem and now you can't do it, that's something that does suck. And in addition to that, if you were one of those players who just got into the game and you wanted to jump into Mayhem, that may not be possible anymore. I'm not sure. I think you could still team up with people and go do it, but you've got to find people willing to do that. There are, I'm sure there's some YouTubers who'd be happy to help you out. Personally, I'm not scheduling a team hunt or anything like that. If you jump onto my Discord, you might be able to find people that are interested in playing Entropia Universe. You might not. Otherwise, there's a ton of people out there playing Entropia Universe. I don't know who's busy or who's not, so I'm not going to volunteer anyone. But there's a ton of people who'd probably be willing to go and hunt with you if that's something that you really desperately want to do. In addition to this, the other downside, you've got to get there. So that's hard. There's no way to easily get between Crystal Palace and Calypso. If it was me, maybe Mindar could give out a token that people could use to just teleport up to Crystal Palace and one token to teleport back. Give it to everybody who logs in, and that's their opportunity to get up and back down from Crystal Palace, without damaging their PED card, their quad wing, or whatever it is, right? In addition, there are some people who are baking their anger and saying it's for one reason when it's for another. So one thing is Calypso land deeds, something which I have a lot of. I think I've got 21 at the moment. Full disclosure, 21 Calypso land deeds. So I've got 21 Calypso land deeds, right? Those pay out better during Mayhem events. When Mayhem leaves Calypso, those deeds are no longer paying out, okay? What's going to be paying out instead, let's go and check this, are your Crystal Palace Space Station shares. I've got 77 of them. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 77 Crystal Palace shares is way more than 21. That's not how it works. I've got way more money invested in Calypso land deeds. So I'm probably losing money because of this event, because they're putting it on a different planet. In addition to that, there's additional taxes that you undertake when you go hunt on Crystal Palace, and a lot of people don't like that. Yeah, that's all bad. That's all a big negative in my opinion. They're probably what Mindark should have done is they should have tried to reduce the taxes or do something around that. Be a little bit more forthcoming with the event, let people know earlier, and not try and play this off as if it's a replacement for Summer Mayhem. What they should do is they should say, hey, look, we've got 4 Mayhems a year. That's too many. The event's getting stale. We need to change it up. We need to do something different. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be canceling Summer Mayhem, and we're going to put our resources into another event. The migration, I think that's still going to be going on. A lot of people look forward to that. But that other event's going to be on Crystal Palace, and it's going to be hunting on Crystal Palace. We're going to try and get the player base to spread out a little bit more, drive traffic to other planets. This is going to help us for Unreal, because with Unreal, one of the big things they're doing with Unreal 5 is they're making it easier for players to go between planets. Personally, I love that change. Again, I own CLDs. That's going to be a huge hit. Everybody has their own reasons for liking or not liking things. For me, monetarily, I believe that I should not like this update because it's going to push people off of... It could possibly push people off of Calypso, and then Calypso land deeds pay less. But honestly, I think it breathes new life into the game, and it's something that I've actually been pushing for a long time. I don't know if previously when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about the hit that I'd take to my PED card, but I'm okay with it. One of the things about Entropia Universe, one of the things for me that's paramount, is that this game continues. I don't want to see this game die. I really love this game. I've been playing it for well over a decade at this point. I think 15 years now. 15? No. 16 years. I think 16 years. Jesus. I've been playing this game for 16 years. On and off, of course. Not straight. But the last thing I want to see is for this game to die. That would be the worst case scenario for me. If Mindar comes to me and they're like, Cereal, we've got to liquidate your account, otherwise you're going bankrupt. I'd be like, guys, you can take the revenue from my CLDs, you can take that stuff, but let me keep my gear because I want to be playing still. If they did that, there'd be some serious issues. But No, like I really do love the game. It's a really great game. I love playing it. For me, it's like there's a huge nostalgia hit anytime I turn this on. Like you go through my channel. I've been doing Entropia Universe videos for like 10 years. It's a lot of time. That's a huge amount of my life that I've been playing this game. Like I've been playing this game probably for like half my life. This has been like a thing that I'd sit down and play. Yeah, more than half my, a lot of time. But yeah, I've been playing this game for a long time, making videos on this game for a long time. Of course, I don't want it to die. And for me, like keeping this game around, keeping it fresh, getting new players in, getting them that experience that I joined with, that's something that I really think is important. Because one of the things you've got, and one of the things Entropia doesn't have, is competition. There are, at the upper levels, when you're an Uber, when you're a serious player, there is some competition between some of them. Like they want certain spots, they want certain secrets, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, like a new player jumping into Entropia, players are happy to help out. They're happy to point them to spots that help them. They're happy to tell them, hey, this is an area I like. If you watch a lot of my videos, I'm a little bit more, I think I'm probably more open about it than a lot of people. But like, if I find a good area, the next thing I'd be doing is like doing a mining run there and telling everybody about it. Or doing a hunting run there and telling everybody about it. Like that's just how it worked. Anytime I'd find something cool or ooh, look at that hit right there. It's 27 PDs, 27.8 PDs. That's good. That's a good one. But yeah, I'd be telling everybody about that. In a lot of games, you do have that community. Like Rust has a great community where people are always like sharing base information, sharing secrets and everything like that. Like how to build this, how to do that. But there's a lot of focus when people play the game on just sort of like trolling the other player, playing the other player, something like that, right? Or you've got these games that are just single player experiences. You're not playing against anybody. There's no competition there. But at the same time, there's not as much interaction. With Entropia Universe and a lot of these MMOs, you got that interaction where it's not player versus player. Everybody's sort of together in it. And I think Entropia Universe is one of those games that doesn't have as much trolling. Basically, I just like the fact that this game has a great community. It's super friendly. And, you know, if it was up to me, I'd get the word out to as many people as I could that this game exists. Because I think for a lot of people, this isn't the game this isn't the game for them. A lot of people aren't going to like this game, if we're being honest. But at the same time, there's a good amount of players who don't know this game exists. And if they did, they'd probably be happier for it. You know, you'll lose a little bit of money. You shouldn't get invested in this game more than you can handle. Oop, I'm about to die. Let me heal up. You shouldn't be one of those people who comes into this game and says, oh, I'm going to make a profit. I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to be able to do that. No. Like, all right, I'm a free-to-play player, but I started very early. And because of that, I got a little bit of an advantage. When I started, I'm like, oh man, this game's been out for so long. Like, how can I ever get a leg up on all these players who started before me? And obviously now I'm the person that's been playing it for the longest. Like most Ubers, a lot of Ubers didn't even know this game existed when I like started playing it. Just to give you an idea. But you know, they put in more money than me, so obviously they're above me. That makes sense. But yeah, like I think this is a game that if people play it right, if they approach it right, if they understand how you could get into it, how you should get into it, they'll really enjoy it. And I think Unreal Engine, 8 PDs, that's a good hit. I think Unreal Engine has the ability to do that. I think it has the ability to bring a lot of new players in. And honestly, what I hope happens, the world I hope that we live in, is one where Entropia Universe is the first MMORPG to be able to switch over to Unreal Engine 5. That gets them a lot of hype. A lot of new players come in. Maybe 1 to 5% of those players stick around and play the game regularly. Because it really is, there's a really good use case for this game. When I first started playing, I'm going to be 100% honest, I didn't understand that use case. I thought it was for players like me to make money. And the truth of the matter is, like, it sort of was. Because I've been playing that game because I didn't have a job. I was very young. It was a great game for me to just grind out a lot of time on. But what the actual use case, in my opinion, for this game is you're someone like me now, right? You're working a 9 to 5. You got family. You've got a bunch of stuff that you're doing after work. You don't have all the time to grind out an MMO like you did before. So what you want is an MMO where you can put a little bit of money in. You get on, you hunt for your 1 hour a night or whatever it is that you can carve out of your day. Play the game the way you want to play it. If you want to be that Uber player, you can be that Uber player. If you want to be that low-end player, you can be that low-end player. play the game you want to play it, and play it like completely legal. No black market, no dealing with this, no trying to track down gold sellers and log in at the right time. No, you just contact the devs and say, hey, I'm going to give you like $100 this month, and because of that, that's going to allow me to buy this, that, and the other thing. And there's a lot of games that are adopting to that play model, but I think Entropia Universe is the only game that allows you withdraw, and that is a whole nother dimension to this game where it's not as grindy as much as it is about, paying to win, but they're open about it. And you don't necessarily have to pay to win. It's not even like, that's not even what winning is, in my opinion. Everybody has their own goals in this game, their own thing that they want to do. And it's an MMO that's a real sandbox, and I like that about it. And I think as you get older, it's a good game to play because you can just sit down and you can play it. And if people are getting ahead of you, if your society's getting ahead of you, you can buy the skills and just chip yourself in. If you want to play with people under you, you just, I just love the whole idea behind it, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyways, this video is going a bit long, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to finish this one off. There we go. Bing, bang, boom. No globals. I was really hoping we get a global, but I think we're going to be a little bit in the green with this one, but let's head back and see. So you can see we've got to count this ammo to it. So we've got 22 PEDs of ammo, let's say, and we'll count our repair costs and see roughly where we stand with this hunt. So again, I was at Jura Plateau. This is an area that I love. Come here to hunt Aatrox. When I first started coming here, the Aatrox were a lot harder to kill than they are now. You can tell my skills have just improved. Same with the video quality. I forget who it was, but an old watcher came back and saw one of my Rust videos. Was like, Cereal, the quality of these videos has really improved. And I'm like, man, crazy thing about it is like, that is not one of my good videos. That's a low quality, like pushed out video. So yeah, I guess just like my editing and YouTube skills, my Entropia skills have improved. Let's see if my math skills have improved. So we've got about 59 PEDs, which right now we're sitting in a 9 PED profit. I think we're going to obliterate that here. Let's check that. Yeah, we did. We killed it. And let's not even count armor because I didn't repair this armor before I went out. So I don't know how much damage was actually taken by the armor. But yeah, do the basic math on this one. I lost about 8 PEDs on this hunt. Not too bad. I had fun with it. 16% losses. That's pretty high, but again, I did recycle my PEDs. I think if I didn't recycle them, I would have lost a little bit more maybe, but yeah, not too bad. Actually, I probably did repair the armor. I repaired it pretty quickly. So let's say we lost about 9 PEDs. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, you don't go into this game to make a profit, but it looks like, no, that armor went down. I don't know what this guy wants to sell full set, and this is Vigilante Foot Guards M. TT plus 600. So that price is actually a little bit down from what I sold my. I thought he was just selling the foot guards, but he's not. Okay. So yeah, my Vigilante armor is worth much less than it used to be. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the old school viewers who've stuck with me and are still coming back to the channel. I'm going to keep trying to put these Entropia Universe videos out periodically just to do right by all of you. I appreciate how you helped me get to the point that I'm at as far as YouTube and everything like that goes. And I appreciate the fact that people have, over the years, given me such an outlet. It's amazing the fact that I can just get on and talk to a microphone and reach hundreds or thousands, or in some cases, hundreds of thousands of people. Coming up on 15 million views for the channel. That's crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for everything. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you again soon. Till next time. Peace.